Good afternoon and welcome to the latest edition of our entertainment show, where we look at upcoming TV series and movies debuting here in Ireland this month. And up for discussion this week is the feature movie, which has been released here in Ireland on September the 3rd, Friday, September the 3rd. It's called Annette. And one of the stars of the film is Simon Helberg, who plays the character, the accompanist, the conductor, in terms of he plays Anna's conductor, Anna Defreneau, who is a renowned opera singer, played by Marion Coulthard. And we also, who's the wife of a renowned comedian, will play Henry McHenry, played by Adam Driver. And Simon, I was just looking at the plot for Annette and looking at the trailer, and it's a plot of intrigue and mystique. It struck me as a love story that sort of went awry, went amiss, and that there was deep sort of consequences for a love that sort of was cast in the spotlight, that sort of with pressure and time and the birth of a child sort of lost its spark somehow.
Yeah, I think that's right. It is a lot goes wrong in the movie, as tends to be the case with opera. In fact, everything tends to be somewhat tragic at some point or another. So yeah, there's somewhat of a love triangle that exists between Adam Driver's character, myself, and Marion Cotillard, and a bit of an unrequited love that I have with her before we come to meet these characters, and then Adam sweeps in and takes her away, and they get caught up in a whirlwind romance and marry, and they're both, darlings of the media, and they have a baby, and then my love for Marion's character never dies, and I end up forging a connection with this baby, Annette, and it reveals itself throughout the film where that connection comes from and what makes it so profound. And of course, I go from being this accompanist to becoming a renowned conductor, and being somewhat tempted by the limelight and fame, and end up getting somewhat corrupted by all of it.
So in terms of that, you mentioned that triangle, Simon, and does your character fall foul to the packs which Adam's character Henry sort of fell foul to at the beginning, where sort of cast into the spotlight when your dreams of success, career success takes over? It's sort of, you lose your morals, your life morals, your sort of choices and decisions become arrayed, they become steeped by success. The badness sometimes of your character comes out.
Exactly. I think that you watch the battle that goes on to maintain integrity, and there is that loss of innocence that all these characters have, and I think fame and celebrity really shine a light on that. And I think it is a human feeling across the board, whether you're a celebrity or not, but that how much are we willing to kind of compromise our ideals to achieve some level of success or validation, and I think that is a theme throughout the film for sure.
And Simon, in terms of this project, I know an awful lot of projects and proposal and pitches come your way from talent agents and managers and publicists. What stood out to this movie that sort of struck you about the plot and the character that really appealed to you as an actor? We know it's up for Cannes Awards as well, but what was it about Annette that really said that I, Simon Helberg, really want to be a part of this?
The first thing, honestly, was the company. So Leos Carax and Sparks and Adam and Marion. That was it. I don't even need to read anything at that point, because those people make projects that I love to watch and listen to, and that I'd love to be a part of. And then, of course, if I hear that there's even the remote opportunity that I could be a part of it, I just immediately am like, I'm all in. So reading the script, I was I found it to be just an exciting opportunity. You know, I feel like I could tell that in many ways there was this operatic quality, obviously, to it, because it is a rock opera. But there's themes when you are dealing with operas and works like this that seem to touch on all areas of life. It's almost like a fable, and I found it to be really profound. You know, the themes of fatherhood, the themes of celebrity, the themes of love and loss, and it just I couldn't wait to see what Leos did and what those songs sounded like, which I had no idea, any of that at first. And then, the notion of this character, I really loved the journey he went on, and I loved some of the devices of conducting and while delivering a soliloquy, and the way the music kind of was woven in to that. So I just found it all really exciting and new.
And Simon, playing a conductor in a movie and a sort of there's so many sort of techniques. I know it's a world-class sort of profession. Did you actually, maybe in terms of research for this role, did you go and maybe get to know a conductor in person, maybe saw how they worked in terms of hand movements, in terms of how they sort of pitch to a sort of a crowd and audience? Because there's a certain art in that as well. It's just not flicking your wrists left and right and people thinking that you have the beat of the band or the beat of the orchestra at your given toe.
Right. Yeah, there's that. Everyone can kind of do the Bugs Bunny version of conducting, but I spent a lot of time learning and studying. And yes, I did. I worked with Mia Im, who is the assistant conductor at the LA Opera, and I worked with Tim Davies from the film. He did a lot of the music work on Annette, and I read about, there's books on the technique of conducting. I watched endless amounts of videos. Yeah, Gustavo Dudamel was a big influence, and Bernstein and Theodore Karensis, and so I did a bit of the inside out work, which was, okay, how do you do this? I have to learn how to do it. Let me look at the actual charts, that the conductors use, because I can read music and learn where the orchestra, each member is sitting, and really do it. And then there's the kind of outside in of, like, what does it look like, or what are those different styles, and and then who are these people? Who are conductors? Who gravitates towards that psychologically? What is that? So yeah, it was a lot of a lot of thought about how to kind of nail that.
And Simon, in terms of the production of the movie itself, was it a 6-month sort of shoot? And was it shot? Was it shot before COVID, or did you have to stop for a while during sort of production?
It was shot right before COVID,
Okay.
thankfully. So we just under the wire, and it was a 3-month shoot. Roughly. I was not there. I had like a month off in the middle, and I mean, I think Leos would have shot forever if he had his druthers. But it was actually somewhat. It felt like we had enough time. I mean, I'm sure there were moments that were kind of tight, but yeah, it was about 3 months, and huge undertaking. I mean, obviously some of that. The scope of some of it is so large, and we were doing everything live, all that music, all the conducting, all of it was really there was just a lot that needed to go right.
And Simon, I don't want to give away too much of the movie for people who are listening in, or in terms of seeing who want to see Annette, but I will say this: there's some sort of tragic sort of scenes throughout the movie as such, where sadly people come to be no more. But in terms of an actor, in terms of what did you sort of get a kick out of portrayal of death scenes? Do you find them exciting? Do you find them challenging as an actor to play?
I haven't had to do really any of those scenes in my professional career, probably, like I would think in college at some point. But Yeah, well, I mean, this one is a particular challenge and a particular thrill, because, you know, again, Adam is just an absolute force and a tremendous actor, and I was very excited to get to to have him turn the lights out, so to speak. So yeah, but there's a challenge, you know, in terms of, I guess each scene, like we're talking about, I'm trying not to spoil it, but may present its own challenge. But this had a technical difficulty to it, just given the nature of, there was a swimming pool and going in and trying to sing underwater, and how that was all actually going to come about. And again, Leos, you know, he liked to do a lot of things in one shot. So there was just, you're talking about, you know, there's a lot of physicality, and there's fighting, and then you end up going into the water, and it's all and you're singing while doing it. So all of that is a challenge. But when you're working with great people, it's also very exciting, and the choices that, you know, Leos made and what kind of came to life in that scene with Adam was really was thrilling to be a part of.
And I suppose, Simon, it's a busy time for you. Have you any sort of other projects in the pipeline for later on in this year that's going to be hitting our screens in Ireland and here in the UK, in terms of upcoming TV series or movies that are currently due out?
I have just finished a couple smaller films that are just entering post-production, so I'm not sure the trajectory of those, but yeah, for the moment, it's all about Annette, and then, you know, of course, as these things get scheduled and slated, I will be back, and I will let you know.
And Simon Helberg, have you ever been to Ireland, and have you any sort of memories of stepping foot on the Emerald Isle?
Well, I do remember, and the answer is no. I have not, unless I don't remember. Then the answer could be yes. No, I have never been to Ireland, which is so sad and crazy, because it's a place I've always wanted to visit, and I've been near and around. But no, if you'll have me, I will
Definitely.
come.
And is something in the pipeline for you in terms of COVID? Once COVID is over, would you love to portray an Irish role like The Field, or a W.B. Yeats, or a sort of a version of an Irish sort of folklore in the west of Ireland, in the heart of Connemara or something? Would that intrigue Simon Helberg as an actor?
Well, after hearing your lovely lilt this whole time, yes, I'm in. I'm down for any Irish character, and you just throw it my way. But I may have to call you and kind of record some of you, because I'm loving what I'm hearing, and I will study it, and maybe I'll play a version of you, you know, in your life story.
Oh, cheers. That'll be definitely an intriguing one anyway, Simon. And Simon, for the last 30 seconds, I might turn it over to you, and you might enlighten all our audience why they should go out in a mass on September the 3rd. Social distancing, of course, and wearing their protective masks. We are still in the midst of a pandemic, but why they should flock to their cinemas, why they should go watch Annette, and what's in store for them once when the action counts down 3, 2, 1, and this features pop up for Annette.
Well, yes, be safe and mask up, and if you can and you feel safe enough, do see it in the cinema. It is a spectacular and stunning experience that really does need to be seen and heard in a movie theater to fully get the effect. Leos is an auteur, Leos Carax, the filmmaker, and he makes movies for the screen, and Sparks are a singular kind of band, and to hear it in that space, to see it with a community, I don't think it's crazy or insincere of me to say, but you will not see a film like this this year, and maybe ever, and that is a testament to the true visionaries that are behind it. So I think it's an experience, and it can, you know, wash over you, and you should check it out, because these things just don't happen often. And I can't recommend it highly enough. So be safe, and if you get the chance to see it in the movie theater, please do.
And no doubt indeed. Simon Helberg, an absolute pleasure joining us this evening to look ahead to the upcoming movie Annette, where Simon plays a real starring role as the accompanist, the conductor throughout the movie. It's out September the 3rd. Do go and watch it. And Simon Helberg, no doubt in the future we'd love to have you back and hear about other projects that are in the pipeline, and obviously your upcoming pending trip to Ireland and what you have in store.
Very nice to talk to you. I will let you know if I make it out there.
Cheers, Simon. Take care.
You too. Thanks.